Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me and watching my video today. I am Rachel Rothman with Nutrition in Bloom. I am a pediatric dietitian and feeding expert, and this video is a series in my What Do I Say videos. So I've recorded several of these so far, and each week I respond to how to respond to your child when it comes to feeding them. So this week I'm tackling a subject that I think that a lot of you might find pretty helpful and pretty relatable as well. How to respond when your child says, "I won't try it," or "No way, I'm not going to eat that," when it comes to mealtime. So before I get started, I wanted to mention that my next Peaceful Mealtimes online workshop is going to be on January 29th at 7:30 p.m. I'm really looking forward to this workshop. This is the online version of the course that I currently teach in person, and now you're able to take the course from the comfort of your own home. And if you're not able to join live, a recording will be available immediately after. So I will share details on that workshop and more about what it's about, which is all about helping you have more peaceful mealtimes. So let's get into it. How do we respond when our child says, "I won't try it"? Ugh, no, I'm not going to try that. Take a deep breath. You don't have to try it. It's as simple as that. So we're not going to make our child try a food, and I'm a firm believer in not making them try it. So it's really that one simple phrase that you can use. I'll share more in a minute because I know some of you are a little skeptical right now. So first, the why. So why aren't we making them try it? So I'm curious if you can kind of think back to a time that maybe you have forced or put pressure on your child to try a food. What usually happens? Are they kind of agreeable and like, sure, I'm going to try it? Or does it maybe lead to a tantrum or a yelling match or a fight? So when we don't force them to try it, when we take that pressure away, we're taking away some of that anxiety on our part and also on our child's part as well, because we're not putting that pressure on them. By taking the pressure off of them, it actually might make them more likely to have an interaction with that food. So again, we don't want to put that pressure on them to try it. Think about this. Our long-term goal is really to help our child develop a healthy relationship with food. And if you've heard me, watched any of my videos or heard me talk, you know that I talk a lot about that. So we want them to really develop a long-term love of some of these new foods, like vegetables, which I know is a big contender with the "I won't try it" category. So are they really going to learn to love veggies by being pressured into taking a bite? Probably not. But our short-term goal is to provide opportunities for interactions. So what does that mean? What can we do instead of asking them or pressuring them to try the food? The first thing that we can do is to encourage interactions with the food. So children typically aren't going to try a food the first time it's presented to them, a new food, especially the more wary children. They might need to see the food, they might need to play with the food, they might want to touch it or lick it or have some sort of interaction with it. So we can encourage those interactions. We can encourage even passing the bowl, so asking them to pass a bowl of food from one family member to another, because then they're interacting with it. We can encourage them maybe to pick up a piece of food and to just put a piece on their plate if they want to. We can encourage them to smell the food. And what we can actually do is encourage them by talking about what we're doing with the food. So when I talk about this, a lot of times I use broccoli as an example. So I might say, look at this piece of broccoli. Wow, it kind of looks like a little tree. Doesn't it look like that, Sydney? Oh, when I touch it, it feels kind of bumpy on my finger. How does it feel to you? Or, I put lemon on this broccoli tonight. Do you smell that? Or, oh, when I touch it to my tongue, it kind of tickles. Does it tickle like that to you? Now, it may sound or feel kind of silly doing this initially, but that's the way that we're going to get our children engaged in the food, is by having those interactions with the food. So when we don't make it a big deal, it does not become a big deal. And I do want to say with this that I have empathy for you, because I know that it can be just stressful and frustrating when it's a food that maybe our child ate a few days before, or we know that they've liked in the past. But we want to take that pressure off and instead think of encouraging. So when they say, I'm not going to try it, we say, okay. I want you to try this at your next mealtime and let me know how it goes. Let me know, if you take the pressure off of them, how they respond to it. I want to hear how your child reacts to that. Thank you so much again for watching today. And again, in my Peaceful Mealtimes online workshop, we really dive deep into this topic especially. So we talk about really tactical and practical strategies where you can implement this with certain foods, and we come up with kind of a rotation of food to get your child closer to eating those foods. Again, I'm Rachel Rothman with Nutrition in Bloom. I would love your feedback. Bye-bye.